Today, my viewers, we discuss economic royalists, the mortal enemies of democracy. President Franklin Roosevelt first warned Americans and the world about economic royalists in 1936. These economic royalists complain that we seek to overthrow the institutions of America. Roosevelt said in 1936 sarcastically. Franklin Roosevelt knew the real reality, though. Those institutions were laws made between 1857 and 1927 that made the rich attain absurd wealth in America, in which they used that said wealth to gain power in government operations economically and democratically. What economic royalists really complain of is that we seek to take away their power, said Roosevelt defiantly. See, folks, the greatest United States president that ever lived called them what they were, economic royalists. The definition: an individual who uses wealth and influence to shape laws, markets, and public policy in ways that concentrate power at the top, often at the expense of democratic institutions, working-class prosperity, and broad-based economic opportunity. Economic royalists believe the economy should serve elite interests first, protecting corporate profits, deregulating industry, suppressing wages, and shrinking the public sector. While portraying these moves as freedom or efficiency, economic royalists resist systems like Keynesian Roosevelt economics that balance capitalism with fairness. Royalists' bastards often work behind the scenes to undermine reforms that limit royalist control. But most of all, and most importantly, economic royalists are not defined by party or title. Economic royalists exist in any and all leadership parties in any country. Economic royalists also infiltrate media empires, corporate boardrooms, and high finance easily because of their wealth. The economic royalist goal is to maintain a system where wealth protects itself and grows without accountability. And the reason that Franklin Roosevelt knew about economic royalists? Franklin Roosevelt grew up amongst economic royalist people in the late 1800s and early 1900s as a member of a privileged rich American family. Roosevelt knew firsthand the game of the economic royalist. And folks, because of the greatest president that ever lived in history for any country, I now know what an economic royalist is, and you, my viewer, now know what an economic royalist does. So I, the economic hammer from the legendary state of Kentucky, have a message to economic royalist bastards hiding in plain sight across the world. I see you like no other since Roosevelt. And time is ticking on your asses. For more information on how I'm going to stop your economic royalist asses, please visit my website at economicroyalism.com. Thank you for watching, my viewers, my new subscribers, and most of all, economic royalists. But allow me to clear my throat for a second, viewers, as the last line of this video is the most important. I want to make sure economic royalists hear it clearly. Give me liberty or give me death.